that connection between personal practice and what's happening in the world, that is really important to me. And it's really why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because when I was 18, I had this sense that I had a kind of vision. I was on my bike in Sheffield, on my push bike, not a motorbike, a push bike, late November one night, windy autumnal night, leaves blowing around. And sometimes you suddenly, for no reason, just sense something. You like get a vision, like you just see something about life. Or I was 18 anyway, so I got this vision that I was going to live through this very, very turbulent time in the world. That there was going to be massive transition, and that I have to do something with it. I have to help somehow. That's my calling, really, is to try and help it to happen in a good way. And I didn't know really quite how to make sense of that, but I did find myself on an environmental science degree a couple of years later, intending to become an environmental scientist and save the planet, that stuff. But by the end of that degree, after those 3 years, I realized we were so deep in the shit that I could not understand how we could possibly get ourselves out of it, because every attempt to find another solution for the problems that we've created with our solutions so far just create more problems, as far as I could see. And what I've seen in the 35 years since that was the case, something like that, it's mid-1980s, however long ago that was, it's borne out. Like, we're just creating more and more solutions that create more and more problems. And I felt like, okay, I can't be an environmental scientist. That's not my calling. My calling is to try and be here in a good way and help things to happen in a good way, but not through science. Not that I don't believe in science and value science, I do. But my particular thing is, we need something like a miracle that's only going to happen through people changing. And actually, I mean, I'm cutting a long story short, but over the years, as my perception evolved and opened and matured, it has been and is my calling to try to create spaces where people can wake up to their own nature and to what's happening in the world, and to come out of denial on both those fronts, and to awaken to their power to actually shine in their own way. And I do think everybody has a calling. I think everybody has a place here and a reason to be here and a light to shine here. And now's the time.
Yes.
Now is the time.
Yeah.
And so I often speak about what's happening in the world and try to link that, or try to name what I see as the links that exist between what we're doing on the dance floor. Because so often work like what I do, which is easily seen as simply healing work, personal healing work, or personal development work, so often it can look like that, like it's just personal, and people, they pay their money, go to a workshop, and think, okay, it's my little healing journey. It's all a bit me. And I really think the time's over for that. Yes, we need to attend to ourselves, but the time's over for it to be only about that. It's too late. And we, in my opinion, we need to turn our attention to the connectivity between us all and between us and the environment. And that's our healing ground. That's our opening and awakening ground. That's our action ground. It can't be all about ourselves anymore. It has to be out what am I doing in the world? And that our time on the dance floor is in service to what's off the dance floor too.